Welcome to this Zentangle Quickie. My name is Heather Hartwick Gladden. I'm a certified Zentangle teacher. And today we're going to take a look at the Tangle seed chain from Emily Perkins. Now, we found this tangle actually during the Star Punk Tangle Times yesterday. And so I thought, oh well, let's do this as a daily tangle. It's neat not only for doing things in the style of steampunk, but it's a neat tangle. All right, starts off as the name suggests with a C shape. Ooh, and you know what? I just had this thought. Let's do. I was doing it kind of upside down, but it is a C shape. So I'm gonna see if I can. Let's see if I can make it better this way. I'm gonna go diagonal, and so it is a C shape. But sometimes if you think of an orb, but just almost, because it depends on how you draw your C's, I suppose. All right, so I'm gonna try to not make it necessarily so big, but a nice round C. And then we're gonna have to go backwards. So and this is a completely up to you whether if it works better for you to draw it this way or going under and then going over. Again, it's a completely up to you. I share the idea of doing it both ways, so um, that way you know you can. I run into this just in my head where, and I'm going to go ahead and let me do some of these where it's almost like I need permission, and it's so silly. But our brains work differently. If you are kind of rule oriented as I am, and want to do things right, then we worry about such things. Other people think, "Oh gosh, that's so silly," and it is, but it's also reality. So, all right. So continuing these nice rounded C shapes and alternating which direction they're going. Oh, how nice did those fit? Wow. Okay. Then we're going to aura. And on my step outs, I basically did what Emily did here. I didn't necessarily think it was necessary to split up the two. We're going to aura what we just did on the outside. And I don't think it was necessary. If it confuses you or something, do let me know in the comments, because I might redo things just because. But so pick a distance and aura that shape like so. Now, when you pick your distance, you also want to make sure that you have a little bit of room in here. And this looks super familiar. If you've done the tangle, actually it's very similar to Waybop, but we start with the little seed shapes, and so yeah, super similar. So if it's seeming to you that, oh, I've done this before, that could be why. All right, and then whatever works best for you, whether it's you know to turn the tile so that way your hand is most comfortable and you can see well. And I just realized I'm going to continue this off the page because it's fun. There we go. Oops, and I didn't do this one yet. All right. Then we're gonna aura. We're gonna aura and use the halabow technique. So in this empty area. So I'm going to kind of follow along. Feel free to air draw because sometimes that's helpful. But I'm air drawing over this area here, so that way I can, just like I would do in halabow, is I put the pen right on the paper after, so it has a chance of looking continuous. And so whichever way you want to start, like to start with the inside, and then just go slow, so that way you can get that curve and then kind of line it up as you curve into where you stop here. And we're going to do that for all of them. And then this side, I mean, we just kind of just make a curved line. Oops, and I see, and I have to do the other side here too. Okay. All right, I think I'm going to draw. I'm going to draw underneath. Okay. It just depends. Sometimes for me, it doesn't matter which way I draw. Maybe it just depends on the day. I don't know. But I always kind of, air draw it just to say, okay, does that feel right? Okay, good. Okie doke. Did I get them all? Yeah. Awesome. Okay. And that's it. Except for shading, if you wish to add shading. Now, on Emily's step out, and by the way, I don't think I mentioned it yet, in the description section, that's where you will find the links to the step outs. Both I do my own version of it, but I always link to the originator of the Tangle, to their work, so you can see it, especially if they have, whether they have samples or not. It's just it's nice to see it from the originator's hand. And on Emily's here, so she's got suggestion. Actually, she puts this as a step, but that's up to you. So right here, so where this ring goes over, just underneath it, and I'm just going to do all of that side. She puts a little graphic. Actually, she looks like it's more of a, I can't tell. She has it in red, but I'm just going to assume that this is graphite. And then actually we can just do on the other side as well. But if you wanted to put in, making sure, okay, and then over here, like little hash marks, you certainly could. All right, so let's take this out with the graphite just a little bit. What's nice about it is it creates this like a shadow that this ring is casting. Now, in her step out, she has the second one. Let's see. Again, it's on the under, and it really basically it would be if you turn your tile over and do the same thing. What I'm gonna recommend, and I'm gonna try it right here. So we'll see if we like it. Great. If we don't, then great. I'm going to put it, well, I was going to use what's left in my tortillon, but I think I have done that fairly recently. I'm going to put it underneath this one. Now, normally in Zentangle, we don't worry about light source or anything like that. Or at least you don't put too much thought into, where we're going to do this. But, if this is casting a shadow here, then this is probably going to cast a shadow here, not the other way around. But you can do it whichever way you feel moved to do it. And I kind of like that. I think. Like I said, it can work both ways. And then, too, you can always have fun with, adding decorations to it. Coloring in the circles, whatever you want to do. So, really, really fun Tangle, and neat to kind of add it to the steampunk category. I did just start a category on the channel here for steampunk because we came up with a bunch of ideas, and I'll probably be adding some that we've already done here into that category. But yeah, because that was so much fun. All right. So if you like this, would love to have a thumbs up or a like, and feel free to share it. And if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, would love to have you be a subscriber. Subscribing, of course, is free. And if you are interested in online classes, I do those almost twice a week. Just depends on the week. I have regularly on Thursdays. I have 2 times that I do what's called Tangle Time, and that's what I was talking about that from yesterday's from yesterday's Tangle. Like, I don't even know what day it is anymore. But anyway, if you'd like to join us live, we would love to have you. We have a lot of fun, and we like to combine, or I said, this is my personal philosophy. I like to combine laughter along with the zen that comes normally when we're doing pattern drawings. So I noticed a long time ago when I was doing a lot of teaching live that even though I was standing up and um, and teaching and that's, it's tiring, when you kind of have to be on. But and it wasn't just because of that, because I've done other trainings for other things that were a lot longer than my Zentangle, and I slept so much better because there's this relaxation. I call it the side effects. All of the things in meditation and mindfulness, the that you get when you're doing pattern drawings. And I do like to laugh. I have my own style of things, and it served me well, so I stay with it. And so I just it's the perfect combination. We get the meditative benefits from the pattern drawings, as well as the best medicine in the world, which is laughter. So we like to have fun. Would love to have you join us. And you can watch some of the replays. I do have some posted, and I did just put up the one for Starpunk. So you could come check us out, and would love to have you be part of the fun. So with that, thanks so much for watching, and I wish you happy tangling.